Hi guys, welcome back.
Welcome everybody.
Right, I've got a bit of sweet chestnut on here. Just continuing with the 9mm box hollower. So again, as usual, I've speeded it up to 2 times just to get the time down. And I'm just going to talk over. Well, you can tell because you can hear me. So, yeah, it's a little sort of bit like a little bowl. It's a little pot really, but it's got a little bit of a twist because it's going to be a lidded pot. But I'm not doing the lid now. I'm going to do the lid after. So I'm doing this so you get to see about doing a pot or a small bowl. It's exactly the same cuts. Just come in, handle down as usual, get on the bevel. Bevel will control the cut and it will cut the wood rather than scrape. Now this was very, very dry, this chestnut. This came in, I got a box of woods from English Woods, and this is one of them. Very, very dry. Must be quite old wood, really. But then it shouldn't crack or move. So just making a few cuts there, coming round. I'm going to just start to get on the bevel. As you can see, that my chisel's very low. I'm fully open, but I'm cutting on the side. I've got the bevel on the wood, so the bevel is controlling the cut. So I can't get a dig in. I can't get a catch. All the time that bevel's controlling that cut, you cannot get a catch. If I was to lift the handle and come off the bevel, that'd be a different matter. That cut would dive straight in. There we go. Not too bad a finish. I'll do a bit of sanding, and I will start off with it, and then I'll jump to the end of the sanding. I'll cut a bit of that out because you don't. Any donut can sand a bit of wood. You don't need to watch that. Not saying that I'm a donut, but you know, you all know how to sand a piece of wood. So I've just done it from 180 grit up to 320. And there you go. That was it. As quick as that. Not a bad bit of wood. It's got a nice bit of patterning in it, but it's got some black bits as well on this chestnut, and wasn't the greatest of pieces really. Right, so I've turned it around, put it in the, mounted it in the chuck now, and I'm going to do the hollowing. I'm just using the cutter flat at the moment, basically for speed. If you're not in a rush, then roll it over, take some nice cuts. Every cut's a practice cut, you know. It's how you get to practice. But for me, because of the video, it's a bit of speed. Here again, I'm dropping the handle, I'm on the bevel to get the cut. If you don't go on the bevel and you drop the handle on face work, you'll get a catch. Must be on the bevel. See, if I use it flat where I'm not bevel, it's a little bit awkward actually, because you are slightly bevel controlled because it's such a small bevel. It comes into play very quickly, even if you're pushing in flat. But this is more what people would say as being a scraping mode. I'm just doing it purely for speed. And when you do that, you need to be level. So you need to keep the cutter on centre. If you drop your handle and you use it in scraping mode, it will dig in and you'll get catch. I'm just going to put some light on the situation so we can see. I know light makes it a little bit yellowy. I've got the other one which is a white light, but I just couldn't be bothered to get it out. Laziness really. I couldn't be bothered to get that one out, so I thought I'll just turn this one on. Just checking the depth there. I have a special depth gauge for that. It's called my fingers. And now I'm coming in for my finish cuts. So as I always say, close it, come in on with the bevel, and then rotate to pick up the cut. So there we go. I'm just getting a little bit more depth there. You'll see that I don't ever come in to start the cut. I always come in on the bevel. Keep it closed. I'll just move the camera. The camera's just slightly moved away. So there, I'm fully closed. I come in, rotate, pick up the cut, and let the bevel control the cut. I can't dive in. I can't get a catch. Impossible to get a catch because the bevel's controlling it. Sounds like I go on about bevel all the time, but it is all about the bevel.
No, scraping.
No, don't start singing. No, that's not an invitation. I just used the square, the 14mm square there, just to put that little shelf there, that little ridge. That's where the lid's going to fit onto when I make the lid, which I will do in a next video. So they're just coming in for those cleanups on the bottom. And the beauty with the 9mm box is you can go down a straight side and then across a bottom, no problem whatsoever. You can do quite steep ones there. You just have to slightly adjust your handle, slightly adjust your cutter angle, sorry, as you come round onto that bottom. And there you go, we've got a pretty good, as you can see, that's a nice finish there. We've got no tear out. And I should just start sanding, do a little bit with 180 grit, and again I'll skip it through and cut some of it out. You don't need to just sit there and watch me sanding. Right, so that was a 180 grit, a 240 and a 320 is what I finish on, and that's it, finished there. So we'll have a little look. Yep, all looks nice in there. Not gone really thin with it. I'm keeping it because, like I said, it's going to have a lid fitted to it, so I don't want it to end up being top heavy. So I've got to leave a little bit of weight in the bottom of it. You've got to think, think of what it is you're actually doing. And that's it. I haven't put no sanding seal on this. I'm going to go straight on with my my shellac to give this a finish. This is quite a strong mix that I've got here. Very little oil in it. I found it was working better like that. But it is worth always using. I have a thinner solution of shellac diluted. It's diluted quite a bit, and I would use that as a sanding sealer. It is worth putting that on first as a sanding sealer, then you'll get a bit more shine, a bit more depth to your shine when you put this one on. But you don't have to. This will do it. You can just build the coats up. But I'm really happy with this. I mean, this is going on at that's I think that was about 2,400 RPM there. That's what I'm able to put that on at, because I've worked that mix to get it to exactly how I want it. It's just a case of playing about with it so that it'll work for you at what you do. And I'm really, as I said, I used it years ago and then I stopped. I never use it because I don't do a lot of that sort of stuff as a daily basis. I only started doing it all again when I started doing YouTube. And there you go, look, that gives a beautiful shine. But that wood, it's all right. It looks dirty to me, really. It's not my favourite pair. I normally really like sweet chestnut, but that wasn't the greatest piece. I've turned it around, put it into my wooden jaws, just so I can take the bottom off. I'll say fantastic wooden chucks because you can make it to what size you want. You know, that's a perfect circle. It's holding it. It's slightly dovetailed, and they work fantastic. So just rolling over there again, close the flute, pick the cut up, and come across nice and slow. And if you notice, when I come across there, as I pick the cut up, I then move my hand away from the actual tool rest, so I'm not touching the tool rest and the tool does not touch my body. Very important. There you go, quick little sand. There we go, that's up the 320. And now I'll just put another bit of shellac on the bottom. And that's that finished. And so on the next video, I'll be doing a lid for it. And we'll do so. That's going to be done with the box holder exactly the same. All the videos I'm doing at the moment are all going to be on the box holder. You know, it is my tool. It is what I make and I sell. So I'm going to advertise it. But it's not just advertising. It's showing people how to use it. A lot of people have bought it lately, and it's showing people how to get the most from that tool. And there we go. Look at that finish. So there we go, guys. That is it. So I'm going to say toodle pip, and I'll see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.